Hi, I'm Donna Lee Heising, and I'm the Hollywood correspondent for morehorror.com. And today our special guest is Stephen McGovern. So welcome.
Thank you, Donna.
Now, tell us about what you're doing on Shadow of the Monarch.
Primarily, I'm one of the actors in Shadow of the Monarch. I play Special Agent Postman, who is not a nice guy. But I'm also the... No. He's got his quirks. I'm also the stunt and fight scene coordinator, as well as being granted the permission to be an associate producer. So I get first time I get to look at doing stuff like that.
Well, we've got a cast of thousands in Shadow of the Monarch, so Stephen's been really busy. Now let's start at the beginning. I know you have a really colorful past. First, how did you get trained in everything that you know?
Well, I started off when I was a kid, about 13, training in martial arts. I actually volunteered, and this is something that when I was in the military, especially the Navy, we say never again volunteer yourself. It's kind of an acronym for the Navy. I volunteered to help a friend of mine with his speech class, and he was doing a speech on Kung Fu. So he needed somebody to throw around and punch. I said, hey, that's me.
And where was this? Where did you grow up?
Mission Viejo, here in just south of Orange County. So I got up there, and he proceeded to punch me, kick me, and throw me on my head. And I liked it so much that I said, hey, I want to do this. So his dad was a teacher. We got together like in his backyard, and I was learning White Crane Kung Fu. Then I moved up to Lake Arrowhead, where there was absolutely nothing at that time, and started doing boxing and Jeet Kune Do, which is what Bruce Lee developed, until I got into a more formalized style of martial art called Wan Hop Lung Chuan. It's a Chinese style. It means coordinated dragon's fist. And nasty is not really nasty would be too nice of a word for it, because it is extremely it's nasty.
What do you mean?
I don't mean nasty and like nasty. I mean nasty like me hit you, you fall down kind of nasty, because it deals with all the aspects of Chinese medicine as well. It's very old. It dates back to about 256 BC. And the temple is still around in China. It's in Shaolin Prefecture, and it's called the Open Gate Temple. But it's a Taoist temple, not a Buddhist temple. So I started training in that. Went into the Navy, was a anti-terrorism instructor, a special weapons and tactic instructor for the security teams that we have, which was not the Navy SEALs.
Okay, well, how did you get that job? I mean, I'm sure it's really hard to get, right?
Well, actually, it was a transitional period during the SALT II treaty talks with the Soviet Union at the time. They needed to fill a void because at that time, because of the treaty talks, they had pulled all special weapons off of military installations and surface ships. So the Marines that were used to guard and do these functions were now having to be filled by sailors. So they said, you're going to go do this now, huh? But I do electronics. We don't care. You're going to go do this. So I got sent over to do that, went through a security academy, did training with the FBI, U.S. Marshals, and Secret Service on different tactics and things like that. Worked with the Secret Service and FBI on presidential visits when they come into Southern California, especially San Diego. They would either fly into North Island Naval Air Station or what is now Marine Corps Air Station, Miramar, and we would provide routes for them, bodyguards and things like that.
Well, how long did you do that?
About 15 out of my 23 years in the military.
So you were in the military for 23 years?
Yeah, I retired finally.
Oh, okay, because you look too young to retire. Okay, so when did you retire?
I retired in 2005. I was a Chief Petty Officer, which is an E7, which means I was enlisted. And I was on Admiral's staff at the time I retired for Commander Naval Air Forces Pacific down there in San Diego. Okay,
and have you been taking lessons in whatever form you decided to take them?
I still do the Wan Hop. I'm heavily training in that. I learned ninjutsu art, which are ninja arts, from a teacher in San Diego who was also Navy. He was a Navy SEAL, but he was also a CIA caseworker in the Golan Heights when he was transitioned out of the SEALs and went into the CIA. So a lot of the techniques you're going to see in this film are techniques that would have been used by my one teacher in the Juan Hop, who was a Secret Service agent and an instructor for their CAT team, which the CAT team is that special response team that goes with the president that you don't see until something happens and all of a sudden machine guns are out. That's those guys. So you'll see some techniques that he has used, and you'll see some of the ninjutsu techniques that I learned from my other teacher in San Diego who was in the CIA.
Well, Shadow of the Monarch is a thriller, but it can also be a horror film too, because it's dealing with aspects of mind control. And for any of you horror filmmakers out there who need a stunt coordinator, Stephen would be perfect for you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for the interview today.
Well, thank you, Donna. It was a pleasure being here.
The fast motion is a show off because we want to show people that really listening. So you can see it. So this is a slow motion.
Okay, slow motion.
Wait, I gotta get this first. Hang on, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, don't, yeah, just hold my hand and we can put it out there by the ear.
Yeah.
And then come forward. That's the idea.
Can we do that one more time?
Yeah,
Let's do that one more time so I can pause so that it shows that I got a shot.
sure. One more time. You can come in, once you see it getting out of hand, start coming in. Because you have to be concerned. 86 is.
Oh, shit.
Wait, sorry, one more. Alright, let's see you.
Or the classic deadlift. The legs broken.
Okay, now this is fast enough. Or whatever this is, so it looks like this is how it looks. Okay, so pay attention. I don't need to pay attention.
86 is full BH.
I fell down too quickly, sorry. I just got off balance. One more time. That was.
I didn't even need to step in.
You didn't have to step in, did you? Because he came to you. Yeah, I know. Shit. Okay, here we go.